We've been looking at Think and Grow Rich, this book that so many people have talked about, but we've just begun to look at it. And Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill actually is a combined knowledge about how to become successful from many of the greatest minds of the 20th century. And it's the result of nearly 30 years of Napoleon Hill interviewing these great men. I've begun playing Earl Nightingale's recording on Think and Grow Rich, where he introduces this book by Napoleon Hill. Now, as I prepared this, I note two important things that Earl Nightingale said. First, to have a notebook handy and make notes, okay, as we go along. Secondly, to listen to this message for your own personal learning, your own application, and your own success, not simply to share with others. So that's important to me because I'm sharing this, but I want it to impact my life. So I've taken notes as I've listened to this. And I'll ask you to take notes as you listen to this and when you go through the replay and ask yourself, how can you apply this in your life right now? Okay. So Napoleon Hill in his book wrote 13 proven steps to riches, where riches are whatever you happen to want. Okay. Yeah, good morning, HT saying, good morning, Jackie, morning, my wife. Okay. So today, let's hear what Earl Nightingale has to say on the second principle, faith. So I'm going to play with.
The second principle is faith. You never would have even thought of your main desire unless faith were tugging at your mind. And if you find it difficult at times to have faith in yourself, you can be certain that you can have faith in these principles. Napoleon Hill writes, faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of conscious autosuggestion. Conscious autosuggestion simply means a suggestion by yourself to yourself, just as an autobiography is a biography written by the person it's about. By getting a mental image of yourself already having accomplished your main desire over and over again, you will muster the faith you need. Faith is vital to accomplishment. The Emperor Napoleon once said, all the scholastic scaffolding falls as a ruined edifice before one single word, faith. Pascal said, faith affirms many things respecting which the senses are silent, but nothing which they deny. It is superior to their testimony, but never opposed to it. Goethe said, epochs of faith are epochs of fruitfulness, but epochs of unbelief, however glittering, are barren of all permanent good. And as Schlegel put it, in actual life, every great enterprise begins with and takes its first forward step in faith. Have faith that you can accomplish that which you seek, for you would never have decided upon it unless it was meant for you to accomplish. In his chapter on faith, Napoleon Hill gives us a self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I realize the dominant thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude toward others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. In rereading Think and Grow Rich so that I could write this condensation for recording, I was forcibly struck all over again by this great chapter on faith, particularly the examples of how some of the world's greatest men have accomplished what appeared to be impossible through faith.
Let me just recap and add some comments. So this second principle is faith. We are familiar with the 4 crucial characteristics of a leader, and this is the second crucial characteristic of a leader: solid belief. Faith is solid belief. Napoleon Hill says faith is vital to accomplishment. The Emperor Napoleon once said, all the scholastic scaffolding falls as a ruined edifice before one single word, faith. So why is faith especially important to those of us who are in leadership, who've chosen to walk the leadership path, and those of us who are entrepreneurs? Because it is about going after what we do not have. We are not content with what we have. We do not want the status quo. We want to grow. We want to transform. It is about going after what we do not have. So it is about the unknown, the uncertain, and definitely the uncomfortable. So how to have certainty in the uncertain? Faith or solid belief. That's why it's a second principle. Napoleon Hill writes, faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of conscious auto-suggestion. Okay. So for those of us who are Christians, why do we memorize scripture? Why do we repeat scripture? Because it's about getting this into our subconscious. Okay. Many of you have heard about the self-confidence formula, which was those 5 points that Earl Nightingale recited. That's a self-confidence formula. So many of you have heard about the self-confidence formula long before you heard about Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And this is because of Alan Nagao, who was mentored by Joseph Green for 2 years. And Joseph Green was taught directly by Napoleon Hill. So Alan Nagao is second generation disciple of Napoleon Hill. For Sokwa and those of you who are new, who do not know who Alan Nagao is a new skin leader. Before he joined the new skin business, he was born in Hawaii, actually with a stump as a hand and only one leg because of some drugs his mother took during that time in pregnancy. Now, in 1995, he created a yo-yo business in Hawaii, which in Hawaii alone sold more yo-yos than all the other 49 states. Okay, and Alan moved to Japan to sell yo-yos in Japan. And his goal was to sell 1 million yo-yos in Japan to achieve the American dream of having $1 million, because his commission was $1 per yo-yo. But his sales system was so successful, and his sales system, at that time, he was mentored directly by Joseph Green. Okay? He created such a wild frenzy of yo-yo playing in Japan that it produced sales of over 10.5 million yo-yos in Japan alone. And this produced commissions of about 1.2 to 1.6 million US dollars per month way back in 1997. Okay, so very successful entrepreneur, wonderful man, who is now a highly successful leader in New Skin. So we learned about the self-confidence formula from Alan. Now, this self-confidence formula, if you notice that's being recited by Earl Nightingale, is slightly different. It has one main difference from the one that I taught you. Okay, and that is simply, we have decided to change the future tense to present. For example, he says, therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily, okay, upon the task of thinking of the person. Okay. So it's not, I will concentrate. Therefore, I concentrate my thoughts. We've changed it to that. It says, therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily. We said, no, therefore, I devote 10 minutes daily. We change it to the present tense. It says, therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. That's the fifth fifth point. Okay, so we change it to, therefore I engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. Instead of saying I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use, we say I succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use. Okay, so that's the key thing. You want to speak of the present tense, that as if it has happened already. So that's the only difference. Yeah. Or another one is, I will cause others to believe in me. No, you say, I cause others to believe in me because I believe in them, not because I will believe in them, but because I believe in them and in myself. So if you haven't been reciting your self-confidence formula twice daily, this may be a good reminder for you to restart. And if you don't know about the self-confidence formula, well, let me know, let your upline know, and we will arrange some training for you. Okay. So next week, we're going to listen to the third principle, auto-suggestion. Very important because, the power behind all that you create is actually lies in your subconscious. We want the subconscious to be working because of this principle of auto-suggestion.